What's up, Alberto? How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I can hear you.
Good. So what's going on with you and Review Tech USA?
I have no idea. He started talking shit about me last night, and he pulled up. Like his thumbnail had pictures of me from like February 2022, and of course I've lost a
hmm
bunch of weight since then, so I didn't even mind it because it shows that I've lost a bunch of weight. So I don't know. He pulled up some videos and he was talking shit, and people were on Twitter alerting me to it, and then I pulled it up and started ragging on him and sniping him. And then he changed the title of his stream. He changed the thumbnail, and then he started talking about DSP very boringly for the rest of his stream. And I honestly like DSP better than him. Like, it's not even close. But
As like a locale or as like a
no,
person?
just as a person, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just think DSP's better than him. Like I sit and watch DSP. At least I get entertained every once in a while. And I watch this guy, and it's like he's sucking on cucumbers. He pulled out some cucumber vibrator later on and was talking about sticking it up his ass. I mean,
Wait, DSP or
no, not DSP. It was
Rich. Rich.
Yeah, it was Rich. Yeah. So
I don't know much about him. I just know he has that the skip it up but about intro or whatever it is.
Well, I didn't really know that much about him either.
explosion.
So I'd seen a couple things. People tried to get me to go in on him before, but I just never really cared. And
People try to get you to go on everybody.
well, that's true. But he
It's
backed out of,
entertaining.
right, and he backed. Well, that's why they do it. Yeah, but he backed out of a fight with quartering, and so I did cover that a little bit. And I remember playing that clip where he like screams out that the quartering's gay or some shit in the middle of a mall, which is kind of strange, and people are like looking around like, what the fuck? So I did cover it a little bit, but I never really went in on him. Didn't even know that much about him. And then I don't know. I guess he was just talking shit about me because whatever, the drama. I guess that's the hot thing to do or whatever. But then he didn't even cover any of the recent stuff, and he pulled up the stream where I was dominating Leafy. I'm like, what is he even doing? It's some old video that was talking shit about me. It's like, okay, well, if you're gonna talk shit about me, at least go over some shit that might actually bother, right? Like, I don't even know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
And wait, you didn't talk about my wife? You didn't talk about any of this shit? Some shit that might actually piss me off? I'm just sitting here watching it in just astonishment, right? Like, what? It's like, I said it last night, but it's like a
I don't know. Maybe
he's
he's a secret fan or he punked out like a bitch. It's looking like the latter, but you never know. There's a lot of secret Ralphs out there.
What's up, Wesley?
So maybe he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he's a fan.
It was very
because
strange.
the clip he played was relatively like the first clip he played was kind of sideways, and then the second clip I think made you look really good. So
I did too.
I don't know where he was going with that.
And then in DMs he's like, "Why are you mad?" Da, da, da. And I mean, I wasn't even mad after the stream. Like I was like, whatever. But you know, I was dunking on him for fun. I said a bunch of shit on stream, but I was on the local stream. I was like, I don't even really care about this guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But I messaged him like, "Why are you mad?" I said, "Well, you started shit with me, motherfucker. What are you even talking about?" So I don't know, just very strange. But I never had really too much interaction with him before. I think he called into the Killstream back when we were on YouTube or something, or back in the day when there was some huge drama going on or whatever. But like, I think that's the only interaction I ever had with him. So I don't know. That's the story there. And
was it you,
the
Alberto?
Review Tech, the big Review Tech USA drama?
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know. And then people wanted me to go on last night, which would have been good if I'd have went on last night because I was fired up. But he's like, no, we got to set it up and do all this. And so I DM'd him. I said this at the top of the show, but I was like, let's do it Monday. And then I was like, well, I don't know if I'll be doing a show Monday, so let's do it Thursday, even though I have Jim Goat coming on Thursday too. But then he didn't respond back, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if anything ends up happening. But
He should do it. It'd be entertaining content.
well, yeah. I mean, it'd be a switch for him. So
It's not a lot of good debate content as of late. I just did a debate with like a few commentary people, and all they do is they get you on a call with like 3 other people, and they just scream over you the whole time. You know, that's just what they do. They scan up on you.
Now, who would just scream over somebody? I can't.
Well, it's funny. It's funny when you do because you're one person, but they need like 3 people to do it.
It is unfair when it's just a bunch of people shouting you down. Yeah, that's true.
Who are you debating, Alberto?
I was debating lyrics and the Aiden Projects guy about all of this commentary drama that's been going on the past week with me or with Tom or pretty much everything and everything.
So
are they saying you snake? Because
so they ran this like fake cheating narrative about me, and then people were like, "Wait, didn't like Turkey Tom's girlfriend cheat on him with lyrics? Why aren't none of these people talking about that, right? So people start talking about it, and no commentary streamer will cover. You know, Nick Diorio, he was there in two minutes the second those screen caps about my girlfriend dropped. He's there in 2 minutes, not even a joke. But you know, they're just all dead quiet on Turkey Tom, which is like a real cheating story. Like it's 100% real. There's all of these, you know, screenshots that pretty much confirm it. So that's basically it. And they're trying to be like, oh, but aren't you Michael Snake Berta? Like, aren't you snaking him? And it's like, no. It's like I didn't even tweet about it until they dragged me into it.
Yeah, and we'll go back. Well, let's go back through that in a sec. By the way, I just refreshed the stream, and now I can't see the chat for some reason. But Cinemaz asked me for $1 if I'd seen. There it goes. It's back up. If I'd seen RPG's rebrand. Yeah, I did see that. He's TED Talks X now on Twitter.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Although it's a little tough because I mean the actual TED Talks is pretty famous. But yeah, I like it. I get along with the RPG these days. So he said he wanted to talk about other stuff other than politics, so he changed his
Is he giving up on Cozy?
I don't know, actually. I haven't talked to him about that, but
hopefully
he was right about a lot of things. So, okay. So go through what happened with you. We talked about it a little bit last week. So what all started this latest conflagration?
So they found like some old screen caps before me and my girlfriend were dating of her talking like somebody else. And they tried to run with this as like, you know, like a cheating, like cuckolding narrative. And the guy, Tomato Man, this guy's like a freak. There's like apparently like 6 girls in total who are like alleging things about him right now, 3 of which are already public. There's like I think you even showed the DMs of him talking about like murdering these girls. And one of the claims Kat made, my girlfriend, she said he jerked off on a phone call, like, you know, on a stream call unconsensually. And this guy denied that. Everybody was like, this is outrageous. This is a straight up lie, blah, 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 blah. 2 days later, we have all this. We have the receipts. We have the stream. We have the screenshots proving like we have everything. So they just looked really bad. They're just like sweeping it up for like this, you know, this like sex pest guy.
Yeah. And
that's when people started talking about Turkey Tom, because it just shows like this huge double standard. You know, they have like a nothing burger on me. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's doing streams. Tommy C's doing a stream. And there's a reason why I bring up Tommy C. So everybody's been raiding all the commentary streamer live chats. Like, why aren't you talking about this? And Tommy C's response, like, there's the clip of it. I think it's on the PS2 Floppa guy. He says, well, I don't want to talk about Turkey Tom because he's like, it's just like a kid breaking up with his girlfriend. You know, who cares? And like he just did an entire stream about me, about my girlfriend, like 2 days before, and I'm younger than Tom. So it's just like you could get away with that if you never cover those types of topics.
Well, it's not like it's totally inconsistent. And we played those clips yesterday, and it's like, come on. I mean, he could just say, "That's my friend. I'm not covering it. Whatever. I don't care what y'all are saying." That would be more honest than, "Oh, well, he's just a YouTuber, and this is just a kid."
He's just a kid. He's just like. He also specifies he's a millionaire too, which to me just seems like
he just wants to be YouTuber. Okay, well that seems pretty relevant then. I mean, for the drama community, he could just say, you know what, I'm cool with Turkey Tom. Fuck y'all. Yeah, I've said shit like that before. If I'm cool with somebody, I don't have to cover. I don't have to fucking drag them to them if I don't want to, right? Like, I don't have to.
Yeah, but not only are they dishonest about it, it also just shows like a double standard.
It is
how coverage works.
Well, you know, I'm cool with you, and then your thing was a big deal last week, but I went through it and I didn't take any sides, and I was like, they're saying this.
Yeah,
and,
no, I respected that.
Yeah,
you were probably the best coverage. I didn't watch I watched pretty much none of the coverage, but from the little coverage I saw, you gave me the fairest shake, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just went through it neutrally, and I was like, you know, and went through because I'd seen it happen in real time too. I just happened to be on Twitter while this was going down, and so I'd seen it happen, and it looked, I don't know, a little dicey anyway with how they were trying to frame it. And it's like, well, you know, people talk to people before they get together anyway. Like, you know, there's people have histories or whatever. Like, it's dumb. And then Tomato Man, a lot of stuff came out on him after. It's like, whatever. Go ahead, Perspicacity. You were going to say something.
I said, isn't like 95% of the commentary community stuff like who's fucking who?
Yeah.
Who's been sexually assaulted? I mean, it's all sexual stuff. That's all that they cover. Like,
it's annoying. And what's weird is
being cucked. You know, like that was a frenzy for like 6 months.
Yeah, it was.
Stuff. And then they're going to pretend like, oh, we don't cover this kind of stuff. This is personal. That's all you guys cover. That's all that you talk about. So the whole thing with Turkey Tom is insane. And you have I'm hoping you're going to go into your history with Turkey Tom.
I went into a little bit right now. So somebody sent me on Discord. They're like, "Yo, Drunken Surfer has like this never seen audio of Tom," and I'm like, "Okay." So I go to his video before. This is before it even premiered, but he linked the original stream, which he was clipping in the description. Or it's not a stream. It's a recording of a public Discord call, and it's of Turkey Tom saying, "Yeah, I have Keemstar's full docs," and then he said, "Yeah, somebody told me to swat him," and I'm like, "No, I'm not going to do that." But I'm like, "Oh." That's almost like what I said about Courtney. You know, I made a joke about how I have like screencasts of her saying the N-word, right? And like that gets turned into like I'm like a life ruiner docs or this and the other thing. So I tweet that out. I'm like, huh, very interesting. When is Turkey Tom getting kicked from VidCon 2024? Because when that stream happened, they kicked me out of the VidCon Airbnb because I don't know why.
Yeah, and that's where
Because
this
you were
started.
evil.
Not...
Yeah, it all starts with an e-girl. All starts with an e-girl.
No, it usually does.
And so yeah, so I call it a lyrics stream, and I mean that's just how those types of debates work. They yell over you, they make up new lies. You can show them all the evidence in the world. They're just gonna make up a new lie or just talk over you or ignore it.
I see.
And I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that bad if like at least like be funny, like try to make like a back and forth. Like we're both shitting on each other. But like anytime I would try to like clap back or like make it fun, or even just seriously respond to his point, it's just immediately I'm getting talked over, and then they're adding more people to the call. And Diorio's in the chat the whole time. He calls in after I leave. He won't call. He refuses to talk to me on a stream. He'll always show up the minute I leave the call though. So.
By the way, I see
somebody
says Aiden wants to debate you on the Killstream or something. I mean, you just talked to him, did you not? I mean, I would host it.
I did,
but of course I wouldn't.
I mean,
I'll do it a little more formally, but.
Oh yeah, I know. I think you'd be a good host for future debates I want to do. Because I think you would be neutral to both parties.
Yeah, I mean, I've had him on. I
entertaining.
haven't. I purposely I've been covering it, and traditionally I don't really care for the commentary. I mean, I like certain people or whatever, but I don't really care for the commentary community style.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's like it's so watered down and so cooked for YouTube. It's like I don't know. It's not really my taste, but. I haven't talked shit about him or whatever because I have no problems with him, but I have been following it pretty avidly. So yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to, now I see people mentioning. First, Cinemaz mentioned that, and then he also mentioned the video with Diorio. So what's going on with that? I saw a couple of people. I guess you showed a sneak peek.
Yeah, so it's pretty much done. I think I'm going to change one more thing. Zanny Bear has recommended, and I think it's a good suggestion he made. So I'm probably going to go through with it. They're claiming they have new evidence that proved I lied with the Courtney drama, but their screen cap doesn't like change anything in my video. So I highly doubt I'm gonna go make any revisions to that segment. It's funny. Everybody told me that the Courtney segment was such like a bad idea, but everybody told me that like after they watched it, they're like, no, this is like the funniest part of the whole video. Like, this is so good. I'm like, I know.
Now, who is Courtney? First off, explain that.
So Courtney is this. She claims I have no positions, but she's like a DGG, like Destiny reply girl, who's also cool at Nick Fuentes. She did a Twitter space with me, Nick Fuentes. She super chatted Nick Fuentes to say he was handsome, this and the other thing. Nick Fuentes has publicly said that they're like best friends and they talk in group chats. And so so I made a joke that I had like screen caps of her saying the N-word, and that was only because like I was beefing with her at the time, and Augie was like, "So what's the deal there?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's just mad at me." And Bo Blacks goes, "Oh, it seems like she has skeletons in her closet." So I play along with his joke, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's like screen caps of her saying the N-word," and then that like gets turned into I'm like a doxer, this and the other thing, sex pest, this and the other thing. Like any line they could make up with that like 8-minute clip is like they told it. Like every fucking lie you could ever tell about somebody, they made it up with that clip.
Now
that's what Augie does. Augie kind of baits the fishing pole, and then he draws you in, and then if Fat Diorio comes in and he makes up the whole fucking mud rig narrative, and they all live off of that.
Speaking of Diorio, he just tweeted out a photo of me from AFPAG, which I have never seen before in my life. I don't know where he got. I've never seen that photo in my life.
It
Can
almost
somebody
looked
please tell me
altered.
where you got
You
that
want me to
from?
pull it up? I just saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, pull it
actually.
up.
Okay, I'll pull it up because I just saw it and I was like, is that even a real? Is that like digitally altered or some shit? Because I saw
Probably.
it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I saw it. I saw you. It's like they made. I mean, you're a pretty thin guy, but it's like they made your shoulders even smaller or something. I'm like, hold on, I'll pull
Are you
it
showing
up.
on screen?
Yeah, hold on. There it goes. It's like this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just saw this while you were talking, and I was like, "Is that real?" I don't know, but yeah, there's.
I don't know where he got that from, bro. I want to know where he got that from.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, okay. So you want to know what happened? Yeah. So you want to know? That's probably a real photo. What probably happened was that's probably at the end of the conference when it was like 2:30 a.m. As I'm sure you remember, that conference went to like 2:30 in the fucking morning. So I was probably exhausted at that point. I was probably like, okay, let's get this. That was like the first time I've ever been recognized. Excuse me, my nose. That was the first time I got recognized in public. I was getting like swarmed. Like that had never happened to me before. So I was probably like really like stressed out about it too, because I have all these people who like know me from the iceberg video, and they're like shaking my hand and stuff, and like they're all asking for photos. I was like signing autographs. It was like nuts. I'm sure you had the same experience.
And actually, of course, fuck America first, but I have some fond memories of that event. I was there with somebody else. I won't go into it, but yeah, I have some fond memories of that actual event. I remember seeing you there. So yeah, I do remember that. And I remember the ballroom and everything else. So, but yeah, I'd never seen that photo. So why won't he get on stream with you?
I don't know. He won't debate me. He won't debate technicals. You know, they all claim I'm like the next flamenco. Like I'm like just the Spurg person. But you know, they'll most of them will never debate me. Lyrics will debate me, and if I think he's just mad that me and Salvo beat him in a debate like 2 months ago. I think that's like where his beef with me comes from. Yeah, I don't get like his sweeping for Diorio, because I'm pretty sure Diorio probably actually I don't want to say he specifically called him a pedophile. Lyrics got caught like apparently liking Lolicon, and so that's why he was ran out of the commentary community. That's the official reason. People speculate because he fucked Turkey Tom's girlfriend.
What?
Which that is real.
So we didn't talk about that yet. And I have talked about it on the show. By the way, Kfer with a 10 spot in chat says, donate. Enjoy these guests. Thanks for coming on the Killstream. This is my intro to Diorio. What's up, Paisan? Wish I had the sniffle. Yeah, he's on the Worski plan. Now, so what happened? No, he's not. I'm just kidding. What happened to Turkey Tom and his girlfriend and all that?
His girlfriend cheated on him with Lyrics when they were dating, and then they broke up, I think, for a bit. But then they got back together, and Turkey Tom and Lyrics are apparently cool now. They were on a stream with Destiny together like a week ago, which that's like so weird. Like I could never imagine going on like a friend. I haven't watched the stream. I'm assuming it was a friendly stream. Like going on to like a friendly game show with like the guy who like fucked your girlfriend. I could never imagine doing that. I could never imagine doing that.
That doesn't sound good. Now maybe you put it behind you or whatever, but I couldn't imagine being chums with the guy after. I don't know. That's tough. And I saw some people on Twitter. I don't like Turkey Tom, so I don't mind just shitting all over him. He's always had some kind of complex. He thinks he's better than everybody else, and he's a faggot. And he doesn't even do his own shit. He's got all these slaves that he fucking pays off to make his shit.
Oh yeah, no, I wrote a few of his videos. I came up with one of his biggest videos.
Did you really, Albert? Come on, Albert.
One of his biggest videos. One of his biggest videos was completely my idea. I wrote pretty much most of it. There was another writer who. Actually, no, this is public now. Pod Awful leaked. It's somebody you know. Do you want to know who co-wrote the script?
Well, I know he tried to hire Porcelain because I heard him talking about it. So I don't know if that's who you're talking about.
It was Soph.
What?
Soph co-wrote. Soph and Victor write pretty much all of the fucking. I don't know if they still do, but they were doing that for a while.
What? Soph writes it?
Yeah. No, that's real.
I had no idea.
That's fucking weird.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So one of his most popular videos was my idea. So okay, so this is how it started. So he asked me to write a video about Soph. It's on his channel. If you look in the description, I'm credited for writing it. So I did the research. I wrote it. He kind of used that video to get into contact with her, and he hired her and Victor. I think the guy's name is Victor, to do all of the behind the scenes work, basically, or a lot of it.
So I saw some people on Twitter, and of course they're commentary fags, but they said this was your friend, Michael. Turkey Tom was your good friend. They did that to me tonight. Friend. He was your good friend, Michael. How could you do this to him?
Yeah, so it's like I don't know, like Zandy Bears tweeted this out. Like I was against the cuck story, the cheating story getting out. Like I was telling everybody because this is how it got out. So it was like a group chat. Like everybody in the insider group chats knew about it. If you were a creator, you knew about it basically. And so eventually this guy named Spawndile, who's like this weird commentary orbiter,
There's a lot of
he got his hands on the story. There is a lot of them, but he's especially interesting. And I have some screenshots I might release in the near future of him. But anyways,
Oh boy.
so what? he gets his hands on
one
the
sec.
scoop.
One sec.
Ralph's advice may or may not have saved my life. Here's an unrelated clip.
You know what? I'll play that in just a second. Let me let him get through his thing. My advice may have saved your life. That piqued my interest, though, and I'll add that to the top. Okay, you have my attention, sir. I'll play that in just a sec. Now, finish your thought there, though, Michael.
Where was I at? I was
Spondle. You got some screenshots on.
Yeah. So Spondle, he leaks the story to Austin No Powers, who's like one of my guys. And so Austin DMs me, he's like, hey, did you know about this? Like, is this true? I'm like, yes, do not tell anybody. Like, I have the screenshots. Like, I'm like, do not tell anybody. Eventually, he tells people in my group chat, I'm like, please do not go anywhere with this. Please do not tell anybody. And people in my camp are like quiet about it mostly. Sandy Bear's probably like one tweet that like got completely ignored at one point. But nobody cared until they start running this like so they started pushing this cheating story about me that's like false. And so then that's when people started talking about it, and it had already been on Kiwi Farms for months. You know, people were like, there's like streams of people like hinting at it. If you watch Salvo's VODs, they're really good. He has like all the clips. There's a clip of him on Salvo's another person I told not to talk about. I have texts. I'm like, hey, we're gonna do a stream on lyrics. It never works.
No, that never works. So don't talk about this big juicy gossip story. Shh, be quiet. Don't say anything. I know you don't like this fuck, but
the more tempting it is.
Well, Salvo had already knew about it for like a year. He's like, why does nobody talk about this? I'm like, I don't know. It's just an open secret. He's like, oh, so I'm like, hey, we're gonna talk about lyrics on stream. Please don't mention this story. It's like, okay. And he actually didn't mention it until Lyrics called in. He's like, Lyrics, why'd you fuck Turkey Todd's girlfriend? He got like really fucking nervous. And he should have lied. He said it never happened. Well, we know what happened now. Like, we have all the evidence to prove.
So are you saying, Alberto, that you were part of the original cover-up for the story?
I was.
Is that what you're
so that's why
the original Broom right here, OG Broom. Go ahead. He learned from Gator. Go ahead.
I did. Gator taught me some good lessons.
I don't want to know what kind of lessons he taught you. It's a sad panda kung fu there. But anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, so it's just funny because even after I was done being friends with Tom, I was still like, I still had the respect for him not to leak this like embarrassing story. So that's why it's so funny. They're all like, Snake Birdo strikes again. He
By
betrayed.
The way, I came up with that. I'm pretty sure I'm the one who came up with Snake Birdo. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I used that.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I came up with that, and now I see it everywhere, and I'm like, man, the fucking everybody steals my shit anyway,
it was either you or SO Shag.
Yeah, it was somebody. It might have been SO. I don't know.
It's funny. I like it. You know, I kind of got annoyed with like the unoriginal nature of like.
Well, it's not even catchy. It's just like Snake Birdo. Like it's not. Usually, I was trying to make it catchy. It's just like plug
it's
Snake in
so
there.
stupid. It's funny.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Like I've had people call me. I thought Al Nerdo was pretty funny when that was going around. But then it's just like people are just like Spick Birdo. I'm like, you're just calling me a slur at that point. It's not even like the original. But then like Snake Birdo
like
pops up. Like, okay,
chat.
That does Spick Birdo. I like Snake Birdo. I think they're all pretty funny.
That's classier for sure.
So you're saying after Turkey Tom had you ejected from your from wherever you were staying, right? Your Airbnb.
Yeah.
And literally just unprovoked, you still kept the secret for him?
Yeah, like we still tried
for him.
We still tried to be friends.
No loyalty then.
Well, like we tried to be friends after the fact, but it's like, okay, so his like best friend Diorio's just gonna lie about me every day on Twitter. This guy schedules phone calls with YouTubers I work with to lie about me to convince them not to work with me. Like that's not a joke.
That's literally what Nick does all day, though. That's what
he's like a sociopath.
Years.
And so I only have one confirmed phone call, and what makes it even more bizarre, he did it with Technicals, who's like his arch enemy. So he hates me so much. He's gonna put down his beef with Technicals for like 30 minutes to get into a Discord call to be like, hey, this guy,
That's flattering.
this guy's this and that. And it's like if he's willing to go that far, imagine how many phone calls he's had about me to like other people. It's like, you know, all of these, like, there's a bunch of like commentary YouTubers that just randomly blocked me after that whole shit started. So it's like, oh, I wonder what happened. It's
Do you think
like
he's made more calls about you or his food delivery at the house? What do you think?
That's a rough one. I'll probably go with the food delivery. But yeah, so we've been engaged. In,
he
like,
needs to get on the tour tonight. I know you're watching right now, Diorio. First off, call in t.me/theRivalTour. Let's get it on. Let's do it like the old school. It's the Killstream at night. No better time. I know you won't, but still, you should. Second off, you need to get on that tour to diet, son. That's what you need to get on. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! Woo! Look at this, baby. You need to get on that tour to diet. Patented by the Ralpha Mail. That's what you need to get on, brother. Anyway, sorry. Whoa! Somebody's revving it up outside your house there.
It's that's what happens when you live on a main road.
Diorio definitely, he's got to stop being a bitch and just confront Alberto or let it go.
Well, I think everybody likes to see
behind
it.
the scenes and tweeting like a woman into the night about Alberto.
He tweets about me on his private account.
Yeah, and then he pretends like, oh, I never talk about Alberto every time.
Yeah, it's like he's obsessed with me.
You know.
It's like, no, it's like you're like a sociopath making like phone calls.
Why do you think he's obsessed with you, Alberto? Did he feel like
I would pay money to know the answer to that question.
You notice anybody who goes on vacation with Augie suddenly has a hit piece released immediately on them, you know? Is there some kind of jealousy going on?
It's a nasty
business.
Do you notice this pattern? I swear to God, every single one that goes on vacation with Augie, all of a sudden, immediately there's a hit piece released after, sometimes mid-vacation.
I saw a commentary streamer admit on stream that they met Flamenco IRL. I'm like, why would you ever admit to that information?
Do you know, why would you ever remember it? I met him at Knoxville. And I was so drunk because everybody was buying me drinks. I didn't have to buy. I mean, people bought me like 30, 35. I'm not kidding. Like that many drinks.
Was Flamenco the fake Jim? Was that Flamenco?
I think that was him. Yeah, at Knoxville. But he came up to me and was talking to me. And Gator was. This is when I was talking to that faggot. And he was like, "Yeah, you met Flamenco and da 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 da." I was like, "I don't remember." Flamenco told the story. Flamenco told the story. He said I was so drunk that some hot bitch that was next to me left her plate, and there was like good food, like it was like a lot still on there. And I was so drunk, I just like pulled her plate over and started eating her plate. He told her like that made me look bad. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was like, yeah, that's what a really drunk person does. Like, it was like lasagna or something too. I was like, this looks good. And so I just started digging into her food. After she got up, I wasn't paying any attention to Flamenco. He's like, he just started eating this lasagna. He wasn't paying any attention to me.
Lasagna.
I was like, yeah, because I didn't give a fuck. I was hungry, nigga. I had like 35 drinks. But yeah, I did meet him once. Yeah, Flamenco, poor Flamenco. Leave those kids alone. Leave them kids alone.
It's so funny because, like, with Flamenco, it's like going back to a commentary streamers do. It's like to take off Flamenco because his big debate with Turkey Tom, I set that up. Like, I was the guy who like set that up. It's like they have to get like Tom, Dior, then they get like everybody under the sun in the call to like defeat him, and it's just like, is that really necessary? It's like Ralph could like defeat him on a one-on-one debate. It's like you need like 10 people in a call to dogpile him.
Dude, I break.
Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
That's how they roll, you know. And everybody always takes credit for taking down Flamenco when it was I literally did a stream for 5 hours where we went through everything, and Flamenco admitted to everything on the stream, and that was memory hold, and that'll always burn my ass. Thanks, Worski.
Well, you know what? It was really me.
Something else, Worski.
Well, because he was trying to A-log me at the Kingpin Invitational and got a little too froggy and accidentally showed his phone number. And then he also, I guess he was playing some game or something. He showed his email by accident on air, and then he got doxxed. And this was all, he was making a lot of money and getting a lot of viewers fucking with me. Like,
oh, yeah. I was on that stream. Like 2,000 live viewers on that.
There was just an email and registers it with their full name like that, and then pulls it up.
I mean, shit happens. Shit's happened to me like that. Of course, it was almost always because I was drunk, fucked up, right? But he wasn't. He just a complete spurg. And then you can hear the fear in his voice when I get on the mic. And I'm just like, you got docs, motherfucker, and I like cut this promo on him at the invitation. And I had the house mic, and I was just going. I was drunk then too, but I was just like, I was just going crazy on the microphone, and you can hear his like pitch of his voice change because he's like, oh, what? Oh, did I get doxxed? Because I was getting messages like, oh, he got doxxed and da da da.
I remember I was like asking, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "Yeah." He'd be like,
"Yeah, that was you. Are you okay?" Well, he clearly was not okay.
He was not okay.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
His dumb ass ruined. Like Tux was there to snipe. His dumb ass ruined it. Tux was like trying to chill you out, and he's like, "Oh, listen, I'm just recording or whatever," and you were like, "All right, whatever. You just want to record." Yeah. And then, of course, Fragmenko is sniping him, saying he sent him there. Okay, this guy who fucked his sister. Of course, Fragmenko knows him personally, right?
Well, I had him drug out after that. Yeah, because I was like, throw him out. I was like, get him out.
And then Ralph comes up behind him and he goes, "You got to get the fuck out." And then the guy gets dragged out. Yeah,
I had the security. Security there don't fuck around. There may have been an old Texas two-step on somebody's head later on that night too.
I mean, I got all the clips from that, Ralph.
Well, you didn't get that clip. You know, Chaggett had that clip, and I made him delete it. I never said that before.
Oh yeah, I wish we had it because we examined it. He only played the first 30 seconds, and it was about 3 minutes.
Chaggett had it, and I think he may have even put it out for a second. And I was like, delete that immediately. And he did, to his credit. That's why people say a lot of shit about Chaggett, but that could have got me in trouble. And I was like, delete that. I was like, delete that immediately.
I wouldn't have got you in trouble. That guy literally punched you.
I kicked the shit out of him in the head while he was prone on the ground with like Timberland boots on.
Don't admit that, Ralph.
I don't care.
Don't admit that.
It's too late now. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's a year.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I ran back and kicked the fuck out of him because he took a cheap shot on me.
I took one on him. You can see they were all holding him down.
Yeah, he was being held down. He was being held down. I punted him like Randy Orton. I was just like, motherfucker. Then I was like, get him out of here. And they just dragged him and threw him out. I was just like, yeah, based. But he hit me with the forearm, and it looked like it was nothing on it, though. Like, it should have knocked me out if he would have leaned into it, but he was, like, on the back foot, and so it barely even hit me. So it looks cool, but, like, I didn't even feel it.
It looked awesome.
Well, if he would have leaned in like this, he could have knocked me the fuck out because I was not, like, I had no guard up, was not braced for it at all. But instead, I was just able to no-sell it like fucking Undertaker or some shit. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. But shout out to Chaggett. I know people give him a lot of shit, and I've given him a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I always have a soft spot for him for that reason. Because I was like, delete that fucking clip. And he honored everybody.
Amazing promo after that. When you walk back in, that's the most amazing promo, too. It's
I had a couple different promos, yeah. Yeah, that was the one I think where I said they'll have to kill me. I forget what I said on that.
Yeah, they'll have to drag you out of there.
Yeah,
you know,
that was pretty crazy.
In a stretcher or something. Yeah,
that was pretty crazy. We may do another Kingpin next year. We'll see. It's a little dodgy for me to be now in a place that's known nowadays. Uno with a 1 spot. He reminds me to say this: powerchat.live/the Ralph Retort, killstream.live/tip, checky.com/killstream/pay me. We still have the video that Rocky sent in. I'll play that in a minute too. $ Sunset Squad on Cash App, killstream.live/entropy. We have a lot of these. Rumble Rants works very fine and dandy, and also Hyper Chats on Odyssey. Not many people on Odyssey. We usually have more than this during the day, but we're doing a special nighttime show here with Alberto. Now, what do we not cover from this, Alberto?
From what, commentary drama?
Yeah.
That's nothing much else I can really say.
So you never had any personal beef with Diorio himself, though? He just jumped in. Is that what
actually, we had prior beef specifically about you.
What?
Because he made fun of your mom dying, and I was like defending you. I'm like, this is like such a weak own. Because I think you called them trans activists. And I'm like, didn't you already make a video calling him like he made a claim that he had a tranny porn in your servers? I don't think that was even true.
No, it wasn't.
Or it was like, yeah. So I'm like, so it's like you already made a video saying he's like a trans fetishist. It's like, why didn't you just like repeat that clip? Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Like,
I forgot. I was calling them. Yeah, I had beef with them at the time. I just kept calling them. I kept calling them trans activists.
And then he tries to owe me. Then he tries to owe me. I remember this so much. I'll have to see if I can find the screencasts. I have them somewhere. He's like, "You stream on Cozy, lol." I'm like, Augie had a channel before me. Like, what's the own here? And then he just like blocked me. Eventually, we squashed it. Like, it gets out there somewhere. I think there's a clip. Like, we squashed it. He unblocked me. We were mutuals. We were mutuals on multiple like my ban evading accounts too. I think we were mutuals on the Saturn Anon account. We would talk like we weren't like best friends because like that's the narrative they're gonna run with, because I think Flamenco tried to claim he was friends with Tom because Tom wished him Merry Christmas at one point. like that's the angle they're gonna run with. But no, we would talk like semi frequently. I would like donate to his stream sometimes. There's no issue. And then like he just starts like lying about me. And we've been in like a daily feud for the last 6 months now. So.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of that, but I didn't really know how it started. I will say this about Alberto, even when we were going back and forth, he has a line, and it's like even if he has something against you, he's like, that's not cool. Like the stuff with my mom, I actually forgot about that, so you mentioned that. But I have seen him call bullshit on some stuff, like, hey, you know what, that's too overboard. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's like he called you trans activist, and he's like, "Whoa, your mom died." It's like you're a faggot. It's like, really, like that's. Yeah. It's like I pointed out like the better like comeback you could have done, which is like, you already did a video saying he's like a trans fetishist. Like, why didn't you just like repeat that line? It's like, it makes no sense.
Which I'm not, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But it's like if he's gonna previously making that claim, and like then he's just not gonna repeat it. Like when it's like when it would make sense to repeat it, it's just like retarded. Oh, speaking of that video he made about you. What's really interesting is he criticized Zoom in that video. And I just want to remind everybody, even though Diorio claims Zoom is a doxer, swatter, pedophile, Diorio still worked with him with Keemstar. He told Keemstar to work with Zoom, and they were in phone calls together. I just want everybody to know that. I want everybody to remember that.
I do remember Zoom working with Keem on something. Was it the Cooney stuff? I can't remember.
The Just Destiny stuff.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just Destiny stuff.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot about that. And actually, I was on stream. This was on stream.me, and I was on, I guess Zoom was on my stream. I can't remember now, but he was on there, and I forget what happened, but somehow Diorio said, I think I was just beefing with him at the time because of Tonka Saw or some shit. And so Diorio was in chat or something, and then Zoom called up Diorio's house. I think it was on air too. And
I think he called his mom and said something about eating spaghetti.
He called his mom and said
which isn't cool. Which isn't
cool. The fridge or something.
It's not cool, but the spaghetti part was kind of funny. But
yeah, it was.
Not cool. I agree with that. But I was shocked. I was drunk at that time too, and I was just like, whatever. I'm just laughing. I think that was the same night that I was singing "Dust in the Wind" about Danish police, his wife dying or some shit, and his girlfriend, and he was like trying to fuck with me daily, and then I just started going. You wouldn't have approved, Alberto, but I started going in.
I probably wouldn't have.
Then I started singing "Dust in the Wind" like a cappella on stream. Which I shouldn't have done, obviously.
This outfit is most brutal, yes.
Oh, that was when I was just a bloodthirsty savage back then. Motherfuckers don't even get it. I'm kind of...
You've mellowed out over the years.
A little bit, yeah. Back then,
Destiny and Diorio love that stuff. They love when people were calling Tonka's house and Tonka's grandma, who owned the car dealership. And Keem loved that. They all loved that. But all of a sudden, they had like a.
By the way, thank you, Cag Mike, for that 5 spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's always some
commentary double standard, as technical.
Yeah,
and you see it all over, honestly. Like I've seen people. Oh, I hate doxing, and then they're a part of it. I don't know. It's just a common thing, really. Like it's not just them. But yeah, I've seen a lot there too. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's I don't know, bro. Speaking of the doxing thing, he lied to you, by the way, Diorio.
What?
Yeah, he should have lied to you. It's in my video. I prove it. So he told you that he had no idea, because I said like he doxed my girlfriend, and you made a tweet that said something like Alberto sucks, but the ever expanding definition of doxing sucks 1x. But that's what you said. And then in response, Diorio's like, yeah, I had no idea who his girlfriend even was until he started claiming this. It's like, no, it's like it's still on his timeline. If you want to scroll far back enough, you could see him retweeting like photos of her and shit.
Well, see, I have a real, so even if I'm in a beef with somebody, I have a real prickly position about doxing. Because first off, it's not that doxing's cool. It's not that it's even good. It's arguably bad, right? And I don't disagree with that.
Arguably.
arguably, but it's just a fact of life around here. And so anytime I see somebody going out here and, you know, you can say it's bad or disapprove, but like when they're really like this anti-doxing advocate and they're out here saying this and that, almost guaranteed they have done a lot of doxing. And I've been around for a long time, and Kraut, who I don't even have beef with anymore, but that's why I was fucking with Kraut even to begin with, because I don't care about doxing. But I care about somebody who's hypocritical about it, right? Like, and they're, he kind of made his career on doxing's bad and it's terrible. And then it's like, oh, you're in a private server and you're doxing. Yeah, of course you are. It's like the faggots from Gamergate, too. I remember Monday Matt and all these people, and they were like, doxing, this and that. Well, I was behind the scenes, and I saw these motherfuckers doing everything you can imagine in terms of doxing. And that's just a way of life. Now, it right, like you said, it's not good, really, right? But it is what it is. If you're online and you're talking shit, and especially if you're showing your face, you're probably gonna get doxxed, right? Like, I mean, I'm just being real.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's just the reality.
Well, that's just how it goes. And look, you know, the media doxes people. You don't have an inherent right to privacy if you're a public figure. That's just the truth. And so, if you can maintain it, if you can keep your anonymity, yes, good, right? Like, that's perfectly fine. But if you're out there as a public figure, as a YouTuber, especially showing your face, I mean, and you get doxxed,
it's tough.
It's like, well,
yeah, but
that's what happens. But yeah, go ahead. Not that it's right.
I mean, we have. Hold on. Is there a super chat coming in?
No, go ahead. That was just me talking.
Okay, I'm just hearing things. Yeah, I mean, we have, like, I think somewhat differing opinions of doxing, but the thing with Diorio is, like, he's going to be like this. He made an entire video calling Keemstar a liar, doxer, claiming he's involved in hacking. All things he has done to me, by the way. I just want to make that very clear.
Hacked you?
He read hacked materials from the post leak, so he's gonna like cry about the fact Keemstar made a Well, here's the thing. It's like he's gonna make like a moral position where he's like, I can't believe Keemstar made this. I think it was like a joke about like using an IP grabber. Like, he's gonna make a moral position against anything related to doxing or hacking, but then he does it to me. So it's just like, that's just my opinion. It's like, you know, it's kind of hard to criticize you for that, because like I criticized you for that on a stream. You just said I don't care.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say to you. It's like, okay, this is my opinion. This is your opinion. Diorio pretends to have the anti-doxing position, but he'll do it. But then he'll try to redefine the word of doxing, so what he did doesn't fit it. And I just think that's gay.
Well, that's why I say that, because, like, well, I mean, that's just a way of life around it. Like, whatever, I don't care. And what can you say to that? Well, doxing bad, you bad man. Well, I'm like, all right, fuck you. Like, I mean, but if somebody's being hypocritical and they
just won't admit it, like if Diorio just said like, yeah, I doxed your girlfriend, like, fuck you. It's like it's something else. I can't really do at that point.
Now, did he do that? Now, how did he do that?
So my girlfriend wasn't public at the time, but some people in the commentary community knew that, and they started tweeting out photos of her and like leaked DM logs of me, and which contained like pictures of her in the DM logs, and then Diorio retweeted them. And this is so his argument in defense of this is or by them I mean the general commentary community. These are the two main arguments. First one being it was a public profile image that she was using. Diorio in his Just Destiny video calls Keemstar a doc. He says he published a dox of Just Destiny. Keemstar's actually never published a dox. He sent a public Google Plus profile in DMs to somebody, and Diorio tried to claim that was publishing a dox, which that's not what the word publishing means. But okay, so you could say he spread a dox, but
well, Keemstar's not above that, but he's a little slicker than that.
But it's like it's a public Google Plus account. And so if we're going by Diorio's own logic that he presents in that video, it's he's doxed by his own.
People may not remember, but I do. Keemstar had a bloodthirsty feud with Diorio. Keemstar was in my DM saying he was going to ruin Diorio's whole life and career, and told me that, and told me he would never let it go. He told me this personally. And I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. Like,
please find the screenshot of that, Ralph. That'd be so
swear to
funny.
God, I could find it. Like, I literally could
Go
pull
through
it
your
up.
Twitter DMs.
Okay,
Please tweet it
By the
out.
way,
It'd be
Kafer with a
so
super
funny.
chat, and I'm still gonna play your video, Rocky. Kafer420 says most heads have Hulu and Netflix and 5 other Jewish-owned companies. They're paying each month to watch absolute shit programming, cancel huge corporations, and support people who you enjoy. Work flies by. Love the night stream. Yeah, we may go ahead and move the Friday one to nights. I like this a lot. You know what? I'll try to find that while we're on air. But he told me this, and I don't remember if I was beefing with Dior at the time, but I was like, yeah, you know, that's a mistake for him, right? Like, whatever. And I kind of just said it like that. I can still see our DMs. He unfollowed me during, I don't know what controversy, but one of them. I don't know. There's been so
one
many.
of them, yeah.
Oh, look, let's see. Yeah, here it is right here. Wait, let's see.
Let's go.
Hold on, let me see here.
The Oreo bros.
Wait. Let me see. This is Keem. Like, I'm telling you, Keem was like, I used to talk to Keem fairly often. Let's see. Okay, so this is Augie was in on the beef too, and somebody replied to Augie and said, "LMAO 100% Keem released it today to screw with you, knowing that you're on vacation, so you wouldn't be able to do an after hours episode." That does sound like Keem actually, but then he said, "No way, he didn't do it on purpose." And then I had messaged Keem, I think, and I said, "Classic, ha ha ha," because I was like, "Great move." I like because that is like, I was like, touche, that was a very nice move. And then he goes, "Always 10 steps ahead." And then I said, just a beautiful move to see. LOL, kudos. I'm not even involved, but I laughed for like 3 minutes when I realized. So I wasn't involved with it, but I just saw, you know, it was like tip of the cap, right? Another operator out here, and he got him. Then he says, I may put these out. I don't give a fuck. He says, I got more plans for them. Then I said, I can tell you're having fun with it. Haha, I can imagine. They fucked up big time. You notice I stayed the fuck away from their decisions there, and with going at you. The John Swan art, pretty brutal. Then he says they fucked up reporting. He's talking about Diorio and Augie and all of them. They fucked up reporting Apollo's suicide before it was confirmed. He was my friend. I was mad, so I spurged on them. Instead of them acknowledging me being upset for their stupid mistakes, they're caught up in this dumb mentality where they have to be always right. So they started attacking me. So fucking dumb.
Yes, exactly.
Then he
That's
says,
what they always do.
Yeah, well, this is from Keem himself. Then he says, now I'm going to fuck with them until the end of time, is what he said. Then he said, I worked my ass off on that John Swan story, put it all together, knew about it a week beforehand, and watched them all stop on landmines. It was fucking awesome. He says, they even tried to spin that like they were the ones that exposed it. Fucking dumbasses. Then I said, LOL, I saw Diorio doing that. Then he said, week by week, month by month, year by year, when I'm done, they'll have no fucking credibility. Is what he said. And then I had a paragraph.
He should have. He should have kept that up.
Well, he did for a while. Well, they like bowed down to him, I guess. And then he goes on further. By the next day, I was totally over it. You know my anger at them. These motherfuckers kept DMing me literally the next day, asking me to publicly apologize to them. So now I go from being completely calm and over it to fucking hating them again. Like the shit they pulled was so ridiculous. All they had to do is fucking drop it, or at the very least admit they fucked up. I told Nick Diorio so many times that he's obsessed with always being right, and it's gonna bite him in the ass. It's why it is. Then he said it took me a month for me to prove it with John Swan. He goes on, you know, it's an ongoing meme where I say Keemstar is always right, but I'm not. And as soon as I know I'm wrong, I try to publicly say it as soon as possible. Credibility is the most important thing to have in this business. You lose that, you lose everything. And so then they spin a false narrative that I accused them of killing Apollo. They made so many fucking bad moves I couldn't keep track. And at one point, I just stopped paying attention for a while because it was so laughable.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they. That's just what they do. So if they're really, if like you're in a beef with them, they'll just like spin up new lies like every day.
He sent me a video, by the way. You'll have to listen to this on stream because it's in my DMs. Like he sent me a video in my DMs, which he used to do all the time. Let me play this because I don't know if I've ever played this on air. This is from March 2021, by the way. Let's hear this. You'll have to turn it on the stream, both of you guys, to hear it. But the stream can go ahead and hear it. Let's play it right now.
I gotta tell you this one part. I just got so sick of fucking typing. So, me, Augie, Nick, and Bo Blacks, we were playing Sea of Thieves together. I literally could not find anybody to play this game with me. So I went to these losers. And I was like, play this game with me. So we've never really all hung out together or whatever. So for like a couple weeks prior to this, like we were hanging out, we were playing this game or whatever, and I'm working out a deal with a mobile game company, and my whole pitch to them was like, listen, forget the Mr. Beast, forget these big popular YouTubers. You give me like $500,000 and I'll give $3,000 to this small YouTuber, $3,000 to this small YouTuber to promote the game. So as I'm working on this deal, I tell them about it when we're playing Sea of Thieves. I'm like, hey, I might have this thing. I'm working on it. If this comes true, I might be able to hook you guys all up with a $3,000 brand deal, right? Nothing came of it, right? I didn't close the deal with this company. And I told them, it was very clear, like, this deal is not done, but it might happen, right? And if you guys are down, I'll hook you up. So when they go on their big exposing Keemstar for me claiming that they killed Apollo, which is not true, and you can just look at the proof, Augie starts saying in his stream, he's like, you don't understand, man. I sacrificed a $3,000 brand deal with Keemstar. And then, okay, so that's bullshit because there was no deal, right? It just may have happened, right? And if it did happen, they would have got the deal. But then on top of it, Nick publicly tweets at Augie saying, man, I got a lot of respect for Augie being able to denounce Keemstar when he's giving up a $3,000 brand deal. This is what I'm dealing with. Like, these motherfuckers don't care about the truth at all.
There we go. That was a little Killstream exclusive. I forgot I had that in the old files there. And it's never been played publicly, but I had seen that privately. And fuck Keem at this point because he...
What do you think that was? Raid Shadow, like that Raid Shadowed Legends?
I think so. I don't know. By the way, yeah. I don't really hate Keem, but you know how he is, right? Like, he gets somebody's hot.
How respectable the $3,000 brand deal that they were definitely gonna get.
Yeah,
$3,000 that didn't even
in their mind. Yeah.
Existed in their mind. Yeah.
By the way, I don't have anything against Augie. I noticed that he deleted his Twitter. What do you think's up with that?
I have no idea. He does like his own stuff outside of YouTube too. I don't know how much he even cares about it at this point.
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of not talking bad about him. But he seems to like, you know, he talks shit and does stream here and there. Yeah, he seems to be a little nonchalant about it these days, which I can understand that for sure.
I don't blame him. I feel
on you. Well, believe me, I don't blame him either. But yeah, go ahead.
And Arky's been like the least egregious towards me out of all these people, so I have like no issue with him specifically. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know how you do it, man. It's like I retweeted a tweet about you. It's like nobody could be under the pressure you're under like every day. And it's like, I mean, I'm nowhere near under like the same amount of pressure as you, but you know, they do pressure me quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't even.
Yeah, they honestly have. Now, I mean, almost nobody.
They're gonna
the same as me,
yeah,
but go ahead.
There's now they're just making up new lies now.
Yeah, they did turn up. People don't understand. You know, and I'll talk about this for a second. I'll let you get back to it, but it's a mental thing when people are, and they know that too. And they'll just assail you day after day. Some of it could be true, some of it is true, and then a lot of it's not. And it's just hitting you from every which direction. Of course, it's caused me to spin out a couple times, or even this month. And you let that get to you, and I don't want to do the whole they're trying to psychologically break me or whatever my line was back in the day. But that's true though. That's actually true.
It is true. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so people make fun of that, but it's like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to psychologically break you. That's, I know it's a meme of me now, but like that's actually what they try to do. And I see Alberto, and you know, it's on a smaller scale, but not super small scale, right? Like they turned up the heat on you pretty good and go after your girlfriend, and oh, she said this to this guy, and you're a cuck now, and da 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 da. Which she said it before, right? Like it doesn't even make sense, but you know, turn up the heat in every way possible. Here's some old photos. Here's this. What did you do here? And just like twisting things too, and it gets to you. Yeah, go ahead.
It does. It gets so like that's their new win now because I argued with lyrics and because I eventually after he'll make like a claim which is false. I'll try to disprove it. He talks over me. I'll try to send him the evidence, and eventually after doing that for like 30 minutes, you start to get frustrated.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he spurred up. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay.
Well, really, the thing to do is, you know, it's taken me a while to figure this out, and hopefully I stay on this figuring out path. But really, just ignore it and then take your shot when you have one, right? And
so you gotta do.
Yeah, not to necessarily let them off the hook, but wait till they put themselves on the hook too. You know what I mean? And then
it's like
go in.
It's not good to be like fighting with these people every day. I started blocking them, which I think blocking is like generally like a gay thing to do, but it's like, okay, this is going on for like 6 months every day. I'm gonna release the video soon. I just want to post it and hopefully forget about it at some point.
Yeah, but, you know, honestly, I blocked.
That's wishful thinking.
Like, whatever.
That's wishful thinking.
But, Well, so when is it coming out? Let's wrap your segment here. When is it coming out?
It should be out in a few days, hopefully. I don't know. We'll have to see if they spin any new.
Now, you've been talking about it for a while, so we want to see it.
It's been
talking about it for real.
It's really good. I showed it to Zanny Bears today. He's like, this is like outstanding. Like, this is like such a good video. I'm like, thanks. I showed it to Technicals. He said it was like better than anything Tutorials ever made. So I'm excited to post it, but now there's like new lies. I mean, I'm not gonna put a segment about fucking Tomato Man. It's so fake. But we'll see. Apparently, the new lie that they've conjured up is I get pegged. So that's the new one they're rolling with. I don't plan on including a whole segment on that, but we'll see if they spin it in like some other weird way. That
is a problem because more stuff's get added. It's like, okay, I have to go back to the video and put this in.
Yeah, that's the issue.
So the new ones you get paid, like they're going down the bingo card of all like the humiliating stuff that you could think of.
Yeah, like bullshit they could throw at me. It's like, oh, now it's I get pegged.
Now,
like,
where will people be able to watch this video when you put it out?
It'll be on YouTube and Rumble, and maybe I'll throw it on Storyfire too. We'll see.
Oh wow, Storyfire's still going?
Yes, Sky Does Minecraft is involved in the project now. They're apparently going to relaunch it. I've heard some behind the scenes things about it. It seems interesting. Well, we'll see what it looks like.
I mean, look, I'm all for more platforms. I was using Storyfire there for a while. I think I may be verified over there actually. I don't know. I have to check my account.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I was using Storyfire. Yeah. And look, I mean, it had a downturn or whatever, but I'm all for bringing back more. So I won't rag on them. So hopefully that does happen. They ramp it back up. So yeah, post on Storyfire. What's your channel on Rumble and YouTube? The name of it?
It's just Michael Alberto.
Yeah,
okay. That's my name.
Let's make sure the audience would know Michael, so they will be able to. I knew that already, but I'm trying to act like I didn't know, so we can just get that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you spending some time here with me on a Friday night, sir. And I wanted to get you on a couple weeks ago, but it was during the middle of the day, and it was all this bullshit going on.
Yeah.
So I think this worked out a lot better, and we got to cover everything. And I think it was a pretty fun appearance. So thank you, sir.
It was. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Take care.
Pleasure.
See you guys.
Michael Alberto here live on the Killstream.
See you, Michael.
Round of applause for Alberto. There's his channel in chat. See?
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CAC. Remember to like and subscribe.